we're going to be ordering that they step this up. They're going to have to power wash this whole thing back here. We have to treat this whole area for vermin. And they're going to be ordered to never, ever put bags of garbage against the fence. You need more containers, get more containers. We're not going to let this slip. Now, I know that I'm pro-business. I like supporting my local businesses. But when they're wrong, they're wrong. And this is just damn wrong. And to not have any treatment for these rats going into this building right here, or whatever else, whatever the smell and all this stuff. I got some complaints over the past couple of weeks about this, and I'm very disappointed that I'm just finding out about it now. So you're going to be seeing us walk around a lot more to just kind of make sure that we have our hands on the situation, because this is we've done this around town in some places, but I never expected it to be this bad right here. And just know that immediate action is happening. And I got our commissioner of buildings. Hey Dan, I got our commissioner of buildings here. You know, we were dealing with something like this not too long ago. What do you think about seeing it again near City Hall?
This is tough. It's hard. We had a situation like this on Franklin Avenue, and we have had to put some real measures in place to handle it and to control the situation. We have a landlord at the corner of Franklin Avenue going south of Franklin Avenue, and that is a building that's causing the problem. They have dumpsters overflowing, and so we had huge rats like the one you're seeing right here, just boring through the sidewalk and stuff. So we employed the person that deals with poisoning the rats.
Yeah, we have a vendor that works for the city that deals with this. We're going to be calling them in and immediately dealing with this. But one of the things I just want to emphasize that is crime and grime go hand in hand. So we're getting rid of this grime. Give us a little while. I'm thinking about a good 2 weeks at most to kind of really make sure that this is transformed. So we're going to be going in, door to door, just introducing ourselves again to the business managers here and telling them that we really need to see them. We say Wednesday this week,
or so
Tuesday, Wednesday the latest. That way they know that this must change immediately, and that's just the beginning. But you hear that rattling in the background?
Yeah, I hear it, yeah.
You hear that? That's the air condensers up there, and that's something that we also are concerned about, because you can smell the food grease, and if you live here, you're downwind. The wind is blowing this way, and all you smell is food grease. And you know what? That ain't right. So we have to ask the question of whether or not this is compliant with Westchester or city air quality standards, and we have to address this, because these people shouldn't live with rats and just dirty air quality. So these are things that we're going to be jumping on. I want to thank the residents that reached out to my office and got me directly on social media, and know that I'm doing my best to keep up with everything. I don't have all the answers. I don't know everything, but I'm listening to you. And if you tell me that you want me to look into something, I'm going to come. And this is why we're here right now. Somebody reached out to us, and it's going to take this partnership between the community, our office, the various agencies, to really bridge the gaps on making it better. But take a last look at this. This ain't going to stay. This is not going to stay. This is going to be cleaned up, and we're going to have a very short deadline for this cleaning up. But I also want you to look at the wall here. If you look at the wall, you'll see some things on the wall. But just hold the shot there on the wall for a minute. So when you really look closely, those are handprints on the wall. And it's more than likely that that's feces on the wall. And that's not only disgusting, but it's unacceptable, because that means that there are homeless people back here that are either obviously doing their business, and we need to find a better way to treat them than the way they're being treated right here, right now. And that's where I'm challenging the planning department to continue working on our plans to help strengthen our services to homeless people here in the community. I know we've been meeting with a variety of agencies, the county, the Guidance Center.
Mental Health Association in Westchester.
If you could tell people a little bit about the conversations you've been having around homelessness and the quality of life that we seek to bridge between homeless, but also the people that are here that feel helpless because they want to help them.
Right.
But we first got to clean up this situation. But before we talk about cleanup, I know we did that, but just talk about the homeless and the meetings and the conversations you had.
So, when I came in about a year ago, that was one of the priorities that you mentioned to me, was
Right.
to basically aid and assist the homeless population. We have a program called Continuum Care where we house homeless and disabled folks. And we've also been partnering with Westchester County. We also work with the Guidance Center, we've given grants to for our CDBG funding. And we have a new partner, the Mental Health of Westchester, who they're going to be also housing and providing services to homeless folks. And it's in conjunction with our zombie initiative.
Excellent.
We're working with Westchester Residential Opportunities and a twofold, combating the issue where, like you're saying, folks who are being affected by the homeless, and also making sure we can provide services to homeless, like even just forwarding them to DSS. And we have a list of shelters that we also recommend. So we are definitely trying to understand the issue and then combat the issue. We also are talking with the county about potentially getting funding for
So there's a lot on the table.
Yep.
And I just want to stop there because there's so many things that we have to do. Funding is part of it, but first focusing on what can we fix. We can fix this. We can fix this. We can clean this. We have to work with them to get new, better containers. We're going to do that. We're going to get our vendor out here. Hopefully he'll come, even though he probably hasn't been paid. But to start attacking the rats here and start hopefully giving these people some sense of quality of life now. Not tomorrow, not yesterday. We're going to get on that right now. The last bit is just, I guess, talking to the businesses here, making sure they understand that there's an obligation that we both have. And we want their business to succeed. And they did very well this summer when we had our summer movie series.
Yep.
And they did very well. But now we need to do better going into the winter. And this is just an example of something that we must clean up. So I just wanted to come out here and just show everybody this right here is unacceptable. Just unacceptable. And we're going to be taking immediate action to clean that up. And it's just the beginning of us doing more with the very little bit we have. I know there's some concerns about street lights over here. I know there's some concerns about the roads, but we're getting there. It's going to be one thing at a time, but this is a big thing that we're going to jump on right now. Any questions before we leave? You guys want to ask any questions you got for this at all?
Now, how responsible are the business owners behind us about the stuff that is going on in their backyard?
Well, for the most part, when you approach these folks and you highlight the issues that are happening, they recognize that it's better for business if they are focusing on health and safety. It's very important to focus on that, and nobody wants their business on social media saying that they're not focusing on health and safety. So they're very compliant. We have had our task force visit a couple companies before, recently, and we have done our reporting. And we have had people that have come in and brought themselves up to code compliance just because we pointed it out. Some people are ignorant to the fact that they are breaking the law. It's no excuse, but of course, we can't beat them up, right? Too much. These are constituents that we have to try and bring them into that compliance that is necessary. So I expect them to be very, very cooperative.
But Commissioner, is that by the size of the businesses that I see in the front, and I see these containers, very small containers for the amount of business in the front. Is that a regulation that requires a certain size based on the business that are using those containers?
And again, I would have to probably look at the book itself, the code books themselves, and see what is sufficient for businesses of this magnitude, this size. And we have our subject matter experts we can refer to. However, just looking at this, I mean, it's not acceptable, right?
Well,
Definitely.
I just want to turn to Commissioner O'Carter. Planning and policy go hand in hand. While there may be a code for buildings, we have a comprehensive vision for what Mount Vernon should be. We have a comprehensive plan that we want to finish, but when it's not funded and we can't get access to the funds, we can't tie everything together. So we're doing one thing at a time from the arts and cultural plan, master plan. We did an economic area-wide plan by Memorial Field and Target, talking about how we can launch a ferry from Mount Vernon to City Island and LaGuardia Airport in 30 minutes. But we need to finish our comprehensive plan, but part of that is, you know, green infrastructure, greenscaping. But I want to just challenge people out there watching and asking what's going on. Where are the planners? Where are the policymakers? Where are the people? And I want to ask the commissioner to answer that question. And then everybody that watches and asks after her answer, we're going to answer how you can help the commissioner help Mount Vernon get better policy.
So the planning department has one planner.
One
planner for the entire city of Mount Vernon, and that planner is also charged with serving staff of the 3 land use boards, which is the zoning board, the architectural review board, and the planning board. So the actual policy planning, we don't have anyone in place for that. When I came in the last year, I sought to get 2 additional planners. I was happy to report that the council agreed and they funded the roles. However, the controller has refused to actually put the money in the account so we can actually hire those planners. Yep. So it's a really important task, because with the planning department, we kind of set the standard. We have a comprehensive plan. Every day that we don't have answers like this, I should be able to refer to the comprehensive plan and say, this is what the answer is. But we are having to do it on a piecemeal basis instead of a comprehensive basis. So we're hopeful that come next year we will have those planners in the budget, and that's going to be the first task in just having comprehensive answers to all of the issues that the citizens have out there.
No, Commissioner, just one last question for me. Yes, the city must do certain things, but how important it is for the citizens of Mount Vernon also to put their 5 cents in? Because there is a lot of stuff they throw on the ground and food, and that brings rats in. So what do you ask from the community, from your citizens?
Absolutely, it's a targeted effort, right? We have to have the citizens. We were walking over there. One of the citizens said, "I tell people don't throw garbage on the ground," and that's what we need. Because you're right, if we don't have garbage on the ground, that's going to help us do our job. And if you're also telling, listen, we live here, right? The citizens, you should want to take care of where you live. And you should also tell someone else if you see them doing things. Bring that information to us if it's becoming an issue. But I think sometimes if you just talk to people on the street, it becomes a agreement that everyone has, and we start to take better care of the city that we love. It will be helpful to us.
Well, look, this is day 1, and you're going to see this area transform very quickly. And all I can say is thanks to all those residents out there that reach out to us to say, please jump on these, please make this a priority. It is a priority, and no matter how busy we are, we're going to fit more priorities in and do our best to deliver and create a better Mount Vernon, and we can definitely do a lot better than that. So just know that we're going to get rid of these rats. We're going to clean this up. We're going to help people that need help. Mental health is a big component of our budget. It's a big component of our vision. We got to thank our Councilwoman Delia Farquharson for being a part of our comprehensive task force on these issues, and just know that it's in the budget that we proposed. But in the meantime, we want to just continue to demonstrate that we're out here and we're not gonna stop working for you. We're gonna remain focused for the people and do the work for the people. Thank you, everybody, and just want to say get ready for better. Thank you.